I'm out the. Yo. I'm out the door. Island Coast, why's it the old? I see yo 3. What up, though? It's that nigga mom, man. We about to react to Horror Villain Origins, the CandyMan. Now, I just watched one. Who was up? Just looking at one about, man. It was about Pennywise. And I was like, man, I need to start reacting to shit like this because I like different shit. I don't just like listening to music all day. I like looking at other shit about movies and characters of movies, death battle, you know, comic book characters fighting each other, all that type of shit. So we're getting into Horror Villain Origins, the CandyMan, because that's a movie I grew up with. I'm an adult, and I'm still not about to go in the mirror and say CandyMan. I'm not saying it one time. I'm not saying it 3 times. I ain't saying that shit at all. Even though I know it's fake. I'm an adult. But this shit has lived in my mind since a child. And I won't do it. This fear, the fear that was provided from this movie, and it's not, I looked at it as an adult, it's not as many scary parts of the movie. You know what I'm saying? Most of it is dialogue. Then there's a few scary parts, but for the most part, it is a scary movie still, but it's not as scary as it was when I was a kid. But this trauma didn't just start with us as kids. It was adults that were scared of this shit too at that time. Because this was what it was at the time. We didn't have these other movies that, you know, had you as scared as this. But let's get right into this shit. Before we do, like and subscribe. And if y'all want more content like this, throw it in the comment section so I can find whatever video it is you want me to watch. I'm going to get to it as soon as possible. So let's see what Watch Mojo talking about. I fuck with Watch Mojo. They be having some shit for you. Top 10s and all that. I fuck with Watch Mojo.
An origin of Daniel Robitaille, otherwise known as the CandyMan.
CandyMan, 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 CandyMan.
See? Yeah, 5 times. You gotta say 5 times.
We're going to be taking into account both the film adaptations of CandyMan, as well as Clive Barker's source material, as we examine the tragic events that eventually led Robitaille down his path to becoming one of horror's darkest and most unique cult figures.
Okay.
Pain, I can assure you, will be exquisite.
The earliest origins of CandyMan are taken from the 5th volume of Clive Barker's Books of Blood, which were collections of his short stories. The Forbidden was the tale eventually adapted into CandyMan, and it deals with a series of murders inspired by local urban legends.
I came.
That voice. God rest my man who played him. Can't think of his name. Todd something.
For you.
Tony Todd.
A student named Helen chooses to center her thesis on graffiti tied into the local CandyMan legend. And it's not long before her investigation turns very real. And very deadly.
Be my victim.
It's important to note here that only some
told the motherfucker be his victim. That voice is just chilling. Even looking at it on be my victim. Be my victim. I can't even emulate it. Even though I can get my voice to be my victim. I sound more like a damn hero. Be my victim.
Of the iconography that
my victim.
My victim.
It's important to note
be my victim. Be my victim.
Here that only some of the iconography that's closely associated with CandyMan appears in Barker's short story. The villain's hooked hand in connection with bees mutilating his face and chest cavity are there, but he's never given a name, specific race, or backstory. All of this material was thanks to the first film's director.
Not to stop it, but I'm still thinking about his voice. Paul Mooney could have got the voice down pat. I think Paul Mooney would have got it. He could have did improv or impersonated it.
Director Bernard Rose, who encouraged his stars Tony Todd and Virginia Madsen to flesh out their characters.
Yeah, Tony Todd, right? Oh yeah, that's scary. Yeah, that was a scary
thanks to Todd
scene.
and Madsen's imaginations that we have the story of his love affair gone horribly wrong. The name of Daniel Robitaille isn't actually introduced until the second film in the franchise, CandyMan Farewell to the Flesh, where it's revealed that Robitaille lived in New Orleans near the turn of the 20th century.
Your father found out that the CandyMan was born here in New Orleans. His name was Daniel Robitaille.
He was the son of a slave, a well-educated and talented artist who was charged with painting the portrait of Caroline Sullivan, a local woman and daughter of a well-to-do landowner.
They fell in love. She became pregnant.
The pair would fall in love and carried on an affair behind the landowner's back. This relationship was eventually discovered, and Robitaille was punished in horrible fashion.
There we go.
Honey and bees.
He was attacked and tortured by a group of locals, who hacked off his right hand and covered him in honey, leaving him to be stung by a large swarm of bees. He's left for dead, but swears vengeance from beyond the grave in a scene that's dramatized a little differently in both of the Candyman sequels.
Yeah.
In Farewell to the Flesh and the direct-to-video entry Candyman Day of the Dead, the mob mocks Robitaille with the name Candyman as he's tortured. In the second
that was like a ritual
film, though,
and obviously in the second film he was obviously comfortable as fuck in the first film to have bees in his mouth. That's fucking amazing. Then he was getting paid $1,000 for each sting or something.
Robitaille utters Candyman before passing, embracing the name.
Man.
There are a number of remarkably consistent themes throughout the Candyman film series, however, all of which help add to the character's mythos and legacy. Barker describes Candyman as being a...
And it's crazy. We look at that scene of him getting tortured and shit, and it's just like, oh yeah, that's so fucked up and sad. But imagine that happened to millions of people. You know, i.e. our ancestors that was over here. That shit actually happened. Like, not even just in that fashion. That's the lighthearted version of it. Like, you actually do the research, it's like, damn, what the fuck what type of wicked shit going on through your mind? So the crazy wicked shit going on now ain't got shit compared to doing with the wicked shit y'all was on back then. That was on some other shit.
Colorful creature with bright yellow skin, blue lips, and red eyes. He possesses a sickly sweet smell and is described as appearing jaundiced, but neither race nor ethnicity are ever brought in as a factor. Tony Todd's stately, almost seductive performance plays up Candyman's well-educated roots, while his infamous fall from grace reminds us of his racist treatment by those around him in late 1800s New Orleans.
Now, do you see what was taken from me?
The films all take place within poor, urban, or historically marginalized communities, most notably Candyman's setting of the real-life Cabrini Green housing project community in Chicago. This development became infamous for crime, violence, and...
I didn't know it was based in Chicago. That's new to me. I did not know. I know Cabrini Green, but I didn't know Cabrini Green was based in Chicago.
Gang activity, eventually earning a dubious reputation.
My man's over here looking like a skinny Luther Vandross and shit. This nigga look like a Disney character. This look like an actual hood nigga. I ain't gonna lie, an actual hood light skin
for
nigga.
Crime, violence, and gang activity, eventually earning a dubious reputation as one of the most dangerous places to live within the Chicago area.
I hear you looking for Candyman, bitch.
Meanwhile, the second film takes place in urban New Orleans, while Day of the Dead sets its story around Los Angeles.
And my thing is, why was they keeping his name alive and acting like Candyman?
And the Latino community. Candyman's power and behavior are almost vampiric in nature. Only instead of surviving off blood, Todd's character seems to obsess over belief and submission.
You doubted me, and yet you call my name.
The Candyman is intent upon maintaining the urban myths that feed into his cult of personality. The third film even features
Was Candyman getting ass? Put that shit in my comment sections, cause I ain't going to no other Candymans. I watched the first one. That was it. That was enough for me.
Group of Candyman devotees who meet in secret and repeat his name 5 times into a mirror, which goes back to the urban legend of Bloody Mary, almost willingly giving themselves over to death.
We are the faithful.
You're responsible for bringing him to us.
Todd brings into his performance a hypnotic presence, a la the most romantic of vampires, while also implying a measure of tragic loss that gives the character depth above many other slasher villains from the same era. Farewell to the Flesh even reveals that this forbidden love from Robitaille's past resulted in a child with Caroline. This creates a bloodline for the leads that will feature in both Candyman sequels, the Tarrant family and Caroline McKeever.
My dignity, my destiny, my blood.
I ain't gonna lie, when he speak, it's poetry. That shit sound like straight poetry, nigga. Go look at Candyman. Listen, when he be talking, that shit like poetry, bro. That's why it's so scary, cause It's like some deep poetry to nigga. I'm about to kill you. Be my victim.
Horrible racism that resulted in Robitaille's death could also be tied into how each film pins its murders upon these innocent protagonists, Helen, Caroline, and the Tarrants, a decision that could tie into themes of racial profiling among the African-American community.
New Orleans PD was very cooperative. Seems your whole family was obsessed with the CandyMan.
The bees are another element that features prominently within each film, starting with the swarm that mutilates Robitaille's face. When he appears as the Candyman, these bees are now at his command, often appearing to his victims via Todd's mouth or hollowed-out chest cavity. Real baby bees were used to achieve these practical effect scenes in the franchise, with Tony Todd wearing a dental device to prevent him from accidentally swallowing any of the insects. This didn't stop the actor from reportedly being stung 23 times during the shoot, although Todd smartly negotiated a clause in his contract that earned him a $1,000 bonus for each bee sting.
Oh, 23,000.
Be sure to subscribe to our channel
23,
and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
That's crazy. So that's the end of the video. We ain't about to watch nothing else. There ain't nothing else to add. Let me see. We're gonna skip that part.
Man.
Check her page out though, but still. Check out Watch Mojo.
The man has just put so much of his own imagination and personality into the character that it easily lives alongside Clive Barker's original creation. In fact, it's not unfair to say that Tony Todd is the Candyman, an actor who helped flesh out and bring to life one of horror cinema's most haunting and enduring creations.
Facts.
Give yourself to me.
Check out this other recent clip from Watch Mojo.
Facts. That nigga played the shit out that role, bro. Niggas can't tell me he didn't. Scary. He embodied that. He was the Candyman. And his role on Final Destination, chef's kiss, amazing. It just shows you that he's that guy. So rise and power to Tony Todd, aka the Candyman, man. So with that being said, like and subscribe so we hit that 100K today. Stay peaceful, productive, and positive. It's that nigga mine. And much love. I'm out there. Yo. I'm out the door. Island coast, wise of the old. I see your 3 eyes is closed. Consistency, your conditioning, I suppose. Children mimicking imagery they've been exposed to. Frequencies given from symphonies on radio too. Vibrating energy subconsciously.